Welcome to Cubics Informatics by Cogsa Research and Solutions. The presentation will talk about cognitive-based informatics called Cubics and how Cubics is used for unstructured data. Do you use unstructured data? Do you use any of these data types? Like logs, documents, presentations, spreadsheets, sensor data, tweets, posts, videos, audios, location information. Are you addressing different domain datas? Like logistics, finance, healthcare, Internet of Things, social media. For the data piled up, is format conversion required? Is data migration required? Is information extraction required? Conventional big data platforms have multiple independent systems like Hadoop, Cassandra, HDFS, and so on to build ecosystem for getting extraction of information and building knowledge base. They are distributable file system. As the problems grow, it becomes difficult to handle cluster of systems. Data is stitched at a known discrete level, thus giving a rise to complex infrastructure and development. These platforms required skilled resources and always require management and maintaining of the system. Since this process is cyclic, there is a need for a knowledge-based system. So, are you looking for a knowledge-based system? Cubics is your answer. So, what does Cubics do? Cubics is a single-point system for storing, classifying, clustering, analyzing and learning. It's a distributable system and highly parallel. It could be called as an evolving big data system. Cubics is also an evolving knowledge-based system. The architecture of Cubics consists of a user which communicates through a web service, thereby creating instance for each user, which passes the unstructured data into the shared natural language processing systems, and takes it to the knowledge base, and responds back to the user through instance. Let's go a little bit into the architecture details of Cubics. Web service is a specific component which interfaces user with the Cubics. When unstructured data are passed by different users, web service creates instances for each user. Web service moves the instances back and forth within the system. It provides the transport. In other words, it gives an illusion to the user not having to worry about the massive parallelism and how they communicate. This is done down in the Cubics as it should be, which is the higher layer isolating the natural language processing and learning details from the user. In normal traditional platforms, it has to be precise of the type of question dealing with. While Cubics takes in an alternative approach. Here it's not gonna assume it knows the answer type. Cubics does pre-processing on the unstructured data and passes on to the shared natural language system which analyzes and then enters the knowledge-based system where it judges it. And responses back through the instances. Normally, in traditional approaches, they compare one after another and give its hypothesis as the response. But here in Cubics, the hypothesis is taken in and deeper learning is done. This shows the Cubics architecture for multiple users. Unlike conventional platforms which are a distributable file system, Cubics is a distributable data system with deep learning. Since it's a single structure, Cubics pivot can move to optimally tune the IT infrastructure. In existing big data platforms, data is stitched at a known discrete level, thus giving a rise to complex IT infrastructure and development. Unlike this, Cubics is capable of stitching data and forming hierarchical maps, in sync with the provided hardware by itself, thereby reducing the cost in maintaining large systems for less information extraction. Cubics can work on any distributable hardware running on Windows or Linux operating systems. You can evolve the hardware. Microcloud is a good point start for Cubics. Multiple microclouds makes a big cloud. Currently at Cogsa, Cubics is used to build a healthcare application called Free Health, which is a complex evolving problem consisting of hospitals, pharmacy, insurance, patients and doctors. This will show how powerful and capable is a man-machine intelligence framework while solving evolving problems. Large amount of unstructured customer data is collected in financial institutes, with very little information extraction. Cubics can bring more information and knowledge base with literally no limits. With Cubics, sky is the limit. For more details, please visit cogsa.com.